Hey guys, what's up? And this is episode 12 of the Secret Top 10. Just one more episode after this for, I guess, the first season, however we're doing this. And this guest is one of my good friends. And I met him at Cinema Wasteland for the first time, and it's been like 10 to 15 years of hanging out every time we go there. It's Keith Voigt Jr. Yeah, you've probably seen him pop up in a lot of my videos. He's, like I said, he's one of my good friends, but he also has worked on some movies. He always runs a toe tag table at conventions with Fred Vogel, of course, and he helped work on The Final Interview. He has a small role in that as well. Did a lot of behind the scenes stuff. He directed a few shorts himself: ArME, Lost, Sandwich. And yeah, he pops up in a couple movies, Violent, and of course he's in Slimy Little Bastards. Yeah, so we recorded this at Wasteland. I really should have brought some exterior lights. I thought we were going to have more light. I got kind of lazy, and obviously it's not the best shot, of course. Hopefully you'll still enjoy it. His list is pretty fun. Yeah, so like I said, we're coming to an end here. And season finale is somebody that's on the show all the time, so hopefully you'll enjoy that guest. A lot of the people that tune in regularly know who it is, of course. But I hope you enjoy Keith Voigt Jr.'s. It's kind of like, we have a really kind of back and forth, so we can like kind of bust each other's balls and all that kind of stuff. So hope you enjoy episode 12 of the Secret Top 10. I like his list. It's very violent. It's a very violent episode, if that makes any sense. So enjoy. All right, guys, I'm here with Keith Voigt Jr. That's Kate. Kate Voigt Jr. Keith Voigt Jr.
They did call me Kate in school a couple times on accident.
Well,
on my books and shit.
That's good. I like it. Also, I know him as Cage. Cage is a friend of mine. He's been on my channel a few times. I wanted to have him do a secret top 10, of course. And yeah, Cage is also a director. Did a few shorts: Sandwich, Lost, ArME.
ArME.
You popped up in a couple movies. You were in Slimy Little Bastards.
Violet.
You're Violet?
Yeah, I was in a small part in The Final Interview. I worked more behind the scenes on that.
So, yeah. Anyways, I wanted to pick you to do it. Hopefully you have a good list. If you guys don't know the rules, you know the rules, right?
Yeah, but I would like a refresher.
Okay, so essentially what we have here is the secret top 10. It's, I guess your top 10. You give me a category, any category you want. I do not know the category. And then I get 2 minutes to guess your top 10. And then we go over your top 10. We go over my guesses, and then we do a fun little tournament at the very end.
We go over my 10
first. All down, and then we go over my guesses, see how many I got.
Okay.
So let me know. Give me your category, and you get ready to tie me. And also if there's any weird caveats or anything like that. So.
Well, there's really no caveats, but I did write a couple of my own notes because I know there's some you're going to get right, but I also think there's some you're going to get wrong. But I want to see if I'm right on which ones you get right and wrong. You get what I'm saying?
Kind of.
So we'll see how that works. I'll say that when it's all done.
Okay.
So my secret top 10 is.
Let me know when you tie me too.
Okay, I'll do it. I have to go to this other thing.
Yeah.
But top 10 movie shootouts.
Love it. Let's do it.
Yep. And I know you're gonna be able to get some.
Okay.
All right.
We good?
Hold on. Go.
All right. You can talk if you want right now.
See, the movie shootouts is something that Dave and I have a mutual love for. So, as soon as he asked me to be on the Secret Top 10, that was like the first thing that popped in my head. And it's not really horror, but like, we love all kinds of movies, so it doesn't really matter,
For sure.
You always, talk about a lot of different kinds of movies on your channel, so.
I'm trying to go through these.
Yeah, I'll let you think.
I feel like I'm going to miss some. I know I'm going to miss some, but...
Some of them might surprise you. But some of them are, shoo-ins.
Yeah, my mind's going blank right now. Give me an update on the time.
You got a little more than a minute.
Now, I'm going to do that one because I know it's a very movie we like and it's very violent. I don't know if it's on your list. Now, do you have any sci-fi action movies on your list?
Let me look.
Possibly considered. Okay, so...
One. One that is definitely sci-fi. That's the only one, though.
Fuck. How long do I got?
You have 45 seconds.
I don't know how much you like these movies. That's what it comes down to a problem.
You got to think about how well you know me and what I like.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you like that shit though.
Okay, let me. One thing I want to say.
Quick.
It doesn't have to just. Sometimes it could be the whole movie has a bunch of good shootouts, but sometimes it could just be one good scene.
And fuck it. That's not a good one. And I know it's not on your list, but I wrote it. Anyways, what am I looking at?
You got like 15 seconds.
Alright, let me go over the list.
You got 10?
Quick. You know what? Alright, let's do this.
Do you just, you want me to go right into my list?
10 to all the way up to the top. And we can talk about the movies as much as you want or as little as you want.
Okay, so, wait, so start at 10 and go to the...
Yep.
Okay, so for my number 10, The Matrix.
Would you please remove any metallic items you're carrying? Keys, loose change? Holy shit! Ugh. Back up! Stand back up!
Okay, yeah.
The lobby shootout.
Of course.
Scene. Rewound it over and over as a kid. It was one of the first DVDs we ever got.
Yeah.
The little, whatever you call that kind of DVD, the cardboard that...
The shitty cardboard Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that has the plastic.
Warner Brothers. One of the
Warner, yeah, and it has the plastic piece. Love that shootout. That's one that's kind of specific to that scene for me.
Yeah.
I just really love that lobby shootout scene.
Well, I mean, you got all the machine gun spray and all the pillars getting picked off and everything.
Oh, yeah, slow motion,
and
the fucking jumping off the walls, a shotgun at one point, machine guns.
yeah.
I love all that shit.
It's a classic movie. It's obviously groundbreaking for the time. And even if it wasn't the first one to do it, because Blade had the slow motion shooting, it was definitely the one that people were inspired by. Right?
For sure, yeah. I think that movie's inspired many movies for the past 20 years or so.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 9, True Romance.
Holy shit. Cody, motherfucker. What the fuck is going on? Who are these guys?
The end shootout, right?
The end shootout of True Romance. You know, we've talked about it before, and it's definitely very good.
Treated you like a son. You fucking stabbed me in the heart. Take your fucking SAG card and burn it.
My favorite part about that shootout is the feathers that are everywhere.
That's some John Woo shit right
there.
Yeah.
That's what I always liked.
The cast in that end shootout's great because they give you all these characters throughout the whole movie. You're following them. You got Clarence in Alabama, but then also you have the mobsters you've been seeing here and there. You then have the security guys that you meet, and then of course you have the cops that have been in there, and they all meet up in the end. It's an A-list cast.
So many different things all going on.
You have the innocents or the non-people in the middle.
Does Val Kilmer pop up at the end there?
He's Elvis.
But is he in that scene?
He's in the bathroom with Clarence. He's like, I always liked you, Clarence. I like you, Clarence.
Yeah.
Always have.
Is that near? Does he pop up there at the end though, or no?
He's in the bathroom with Clarence and talks to him when he
right
goes
before...
out. Right when he goes and then he gets
okay.
shot.
Yeah, I thought so.
I love Chris Penn and Tom Sizemore in that scene so much.
Yeah,
their chemistry is so funny to me, and like right when Tom Sizemore's like, "Forgot my fucking vest." Stupid. Like I don't know. It's a great movie.
They're always a good pair.
Oh yeah, endlessly quotable too. Something I never told you about me, Lee. I hate fucking cops.
I think that movie, I mean, not regarding to the shootout, but that movie has one of the best overarching cast of any movie.
It's definitely like one of the ones on paper. Like I think that would be a great top 10. I'm waiting for somebody to say best cast movies, not cast, but just best cast assembled. Even if like, and you could look
the
at
amount of famous people that
like,
are in
you
it.
could look at even like what is that Cat Chaser or Backtrack, the Dennis Hopper movie, which is not very good.
I don't think I saw
but
that.
it has one of the best cast ever. It's a bad movie with the best cast ever. It's got Dennis. It's not the horrible movie. It's got Dennis Hopper, Jodie Foster, Sly Richardson, Charlie Sheen has a small role. Bob
what
Dylan,
is the movie?
Fred Ward.
What's the
Joe
log
Pesci.
line?
Dean Stockwell, everybody's in it. It's basically
summarize it in one sentence.
Dennis Hopper protects Jodie Foster from the mob, and he's a hitman, and they're chasing him, and it's a bunch of Joe Pesci.
Okay, maybe I did hear about that movie.
It's not great, but Dennis Hopper, I think, directed it, but good cast in the film.
All right, so for number 8, Taxi Driver.
Hey!
Ending shootout. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Just the way that it all escalates out of nowhere. You know, he says, suck on this, and it just... The effects are really good for the time. You know, it sucks that they had to tone down the color of the blood.
Of course.
But I mean, overall, that's a very powerful scene, and it may be short, but I feel like it's a good shootout down the hallway and stuff.
When the guy's fingers get blown off, it's very much, it crosses to that line where you're like, now we're watching something almost like a horror film.
Yeah.
Like when the fingers go off. It's a real memorable
And he
shootout.
gets shot multiple times himself. I love it when people get shot and they just keep going.
It's an insane movie, and I feel like it's a movie that could have ended with him dying. And some people do think he does die at the end. That's what some people think that he's actually dead.
Because that weird little mirror thing that he does, they think it's like...
And he does this too.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
very
want that
memorable.
as a tattoo, man.
And also one of the most memorable is that picture of him with the two guns,
The two,
goofy
yeah.
mohawk, and just it's a great film. Obviously, I think everybody who's ever loved film has a love for Taxi Driver somehow. Okay, so yeah, Taxi Driver, great movie. What do we got next?
So, number 7, No Country for Old Men.
Need you to drive me on out of here.
The chase scene shootout?
In the hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great stuff.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I love it because it's quiet.
Creepy too.
There's so much tension and build up, and then when it starts, he gets hit with the fucking the lock of the door, and then just shoots into the. It's just a really good shootout, honestly.
And that one ends up going through the streets, right? Where he's
Yep.
chasing Josh Brolin.
They're
and-
shooting under the cars, into the tires, into the windows. The random dude gets shot in the head in the truck. It's very. Another thing I love is when random people get shot that aren't even a part of anything.
And here's one that I think you would love watching, and I know it's not on your list, where random people get shot in the crossfire. Dillinger by John Milius.
I haven't seen that.
Really watch it. Warren Oates is in it. He plays John Dillinger. Ben Johnson plays the guy tracking him, the FBI agent. It's also got Harry Dean Stanton, Jeffrey Lewis, Richard Dreyfuss.
I think you might have told me about this before.
It's an amazing movie. I think you would love it. I think it's quite great.
I've seen probably
John P. Ryan's in it too.
probably pales in comparison, but I've seen Public Enemies with Johnny Depp.
I didn't watch that one.
It wasn't bad.
I'm sure it's okay.
Had some decent
Did Michael Mann
shootouts.
do that one?
I think he did.
Sounds like a Michael Mann movie.
Yeah. The next one, number 6,
Okay.
The Wild Bunch.
Let's go. Why not?
Nobody likes that movie. That's my favorite non-horror movie. Yeah. Who doesn't have the? If you didn't have the Wild Bunch on your best shootouts list, then boy,
Yeah.
it ain't a shootouts list.
The ending of it, of course, the huge.
The opening is amazing too.
Yeah, but the opening is, but the ending with the fucking Gatling gun and just all the shit that's going on, it's amazing.
If you had to tell me the best scene involving a gun of all time, I would tell you it's when Warren Oates grabs the Gatling gun and he screams when he gets shot. Like,
Yeah.
and he just keeps going.
He just keeps going. I love that, man. People that are getting fucked up and they just keep going.
I mean, it's a fatalist, they're pecking
You
ball.
you
They
know
say
you're
they're
gonna
fatal.
die. Like,
And
yeah.
also, they want to go out on their own terms. It's the end of the West. There's lots of... That movie's complicated. It's got a lot of shit going
Yeah,
on, and it's
but-
an amazing movie. And the shootout's best of all time, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, the slow motion and just everything that they did is. I feel like it also probably paved the way for a lot of movies after it.
Well, they said that Kurosawa did some slow motion before, but I feel like when people refer to slow motion shootouts, they say Peckinpah like. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
does. Well, I mean, they would have one frame really slow, and then really quick they do fast frames, and they
Yeah.
cut in between where you see like Pike and Dutch watching, and they look at each other, and then they cut to the Gorsh brothers, and they're both falling in slow motion. It's like it literally amplifies the violence, and it sets those like moments of time, like and like lasting moments, in
Yeah.
a split second. lasts like an hour. It's brilliant. I mean, I love it. I mean, and you know how me and you are. It's funny too because Peckinpah always showed violence for what it was, like dirty, and showed the pain in it. But at the same time, while showing that, you still kind of glorify it, and it's just a weird kind of like makes you feel horrible, but also a lot of adrenaline, I guess. But I mean, you would get adrenaline when you're ready to. I don't know. It's just a very complex and amazing thing for me.
Yeah, and a little side note, I also love in Bonnie and Clyde when the ending when they all get.
I've never seen Bonnie and Clyde.
You what? Have you seen that scene at least?
Yeah, I know the movie. I know the history. I know that it's kind of like referred to as one of the movies that kickstarted that violent, nihilistic 70s and 67. Arthur Penn, I believe, directed that movie. Warren Beatty, and who's it? Is it Jane? Who is it? Who plays Bonnie in that? Is it Fonda? Is it?
I think so.
Is it Jane Fonda? I mean, like I said, I've never seen it. I know that Gene Hackman's in it as well. Michael J. Pollard's got a great cast. It's just one that I have. And that should be my number one on the watch list, to be honest.
I did one time with my ex. We did a movie date night thing. Yeah. We watched Badlands, Bonnie and Clyde, True Romance, and Natural Born Killers.
That's a whole lot of on the run. Charles Starkweather.
That was the whole theme of it. It was lovers on the run, killing people.
You got a Warren Oates movie in there too.
Yeah.
Badlands. Yeah. Great movie.
I love Badlands. And True Romance uses the same theme as I'm sure.
Of course, we all know that.
Everyone knows, yeah. All right, number 5.
Okay.
3,000 Miles to Graceland.
What are you doing here?
Have you ever seen it?
Of course I see it. Cheese-tastic.
Dude, the fucking casino. As a kid, my VHS tape, I rewound that so much. And the ending, too.
All the red dots. That movie has a really good cast. A lot of people dislike it. They make fun of it, but it's entertaining. I mean, it is cheesy. It's weird. And,
I didn't know people disliked it, honestly.
I think it is kind of like iffy. It's an iffy movie, but I remember enjoying it when it came out. I've not seen it since.
I love it.
I mean, you got Kurt Russell, Kevin Costner,
Christian Slater. Oh, dude.
Kevin Pollak, Howie Long. There's who's the female interest in it? It's been a long time. Is that Courtney Cox?
Courtney Cox.
Yeah, Courtney Cox. Yep. It's got a nice cast in there.
Dude, I love it.
I know I'm missing some people. I probably am.
Yeah, well,
John Lovett's in it too. I think John Lovett's in it.
Yeah, he's the guy who he shoots with an arrow, who owns that mansion thing.
It's a good cast,
dude. But yeah, the casino and the who's the black guy?
Bokeem Woodbine.
Yeah, dude, he's just shooting all these innocent people, and Kurt Russell's like mortified by it. Oh man, it's so fucking good, dude.
Bokeem Woodbine's in I should have put a movie on that. I didn't. He's in a couple shootouts. You ever see The Rock?
Oh, I love The Rock.
He's in the shootout in The Rock too.
Yeah.
At the end. Yeah.
Where they pop up into the.
Yeah, he's in that, but he's also in the very end shootout with Ed Harris and David Morris.
Oh yeah.
And Tony Todd, but he's also in Big Hit.
I haven't seen that.
I believe he's in Big Hit, and I believe there's some shootouts in that one too. So Bokeem Woodbine, a lot of shootouts.
Yeah. I haven't seen The Big Hit, but I do love The Rock.
For sure.
Now here's the thing that I just thought of, 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Who's the actor that shows up at the end to help them in that warehouse? He's upside down, suspended from a thing with 2 machine guns.
Like I said, man, I barely remember. Ice-T in that?
That's him, I think. He's the guy.
Pop up in that movie. That's off memory. I've not seen that movie since it came out, really.
I think he might be the guy that shows up.
Movie. I think there's a lot of people in
They play like some cheesy rock song. He's like, oh man. The Kevin Costner's looking at himself in the mirror, talking like Elvis. Oh, it's so fucking good, dude.
It's obviously not the first time Kurt Russell's played Elvis. He played it in the John Carpenter TV movie too. He played Elvis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Who played? Oh, it was Quentin Tarantino who played Elvis on The Golden Girls, right?
I'm not gonna know that. I don't know that.
I think he did.
That's strange.
Yeah.
It's 2 Elvis things we've talked about now. We got Val Kilmer. It's a lot of Elvis.
Weird. Number 4.
I can't help but falling in love with you.
Desperado.
In the bar, right?
Robert Red. Well, yeah. Well, that one's kind of like the whole fucking movie. Right? But I remember this one specific scene that I would constantly rewind on my tape was when this dude in a blue flannel jumps on Antonio Banderas with a knife. He has both guns. He shoots him takes the clips out, puts 2 more in.
One of the rare times that Antonio Banderas reloads in that movie.
Yeah.
Is that the one where he keeps him in the air?
Yeah, 4 clips into one dude. And when I was a kid, I was like, oh man. And just the cool thing that he does with his hair, he pulls the double barrel shotgun out. That movie's fucking
That's
sweet.
cheesy. It's
dude.
fun. It's been a long time since I watched Desperado.
You seen El Mariachi?
No, I've seen Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I don't love it, and I really like Desperado. I need to watch El Mariachi.
Desperado's kind of like a remake of El
I know
Mariachi.
that.
Same way that Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 are, basically.
Yeah. Kind of sequels, kind of remakes, kind of everything. Yeah.
But man, I love that movie. The dudes with the guitar cases with the machine guns and the rocket launcher.
Yeah. It's got a good cast too. I like one of the goons in there. The guy with the big hat. He's also in Return of the Living Dead Part 3. He's in RoboCop. He's in Death Wish 4.
Who's he in RoboCop?
Cyclone. He's the guy who goes to rob the liquor store. And he's like, empty your safe. We don't have a safe. And he kicks the beer down. He's like, there's your fucking safe.
Oh, okay.
And RoboCop comes in and he's like, fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Okay. Quentin Tarantino has a great scene in it.
Yeah, it doesn't last too long. Steve Buscemi's in there.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about him.
And of course, how are you going to make that movie without Danny Trejo?
Not to mention, not a shootout, but Salma Hayek's sex scene is super hot. I also rewound that a lot. Number 3, one of the best lines before a shootout of all time, Rolling Thunder.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm gonna kill a bunch of people.
You know what's fucked up? That character almost made it in your tournament. Tommy Lee Jones in Rolling Thunder almost made it in your tournament.
Wow.
He might have. I don't know if I put him in there or not, but I thought about it. I wrote his name down and everything. I don't know if he made it in there.
What's he say? He's about to shoot a bunch of people,
What are
about
you
to
doing
kill
with
a
them
bunch
guns?
of people.
About to kill a bunch of people.
Oh, man, that is just... And then that shootout's just great.
That's
dude.
a great movie, and I feel like that shootout's a little bit more grounded than some of the other ones.
What do you mean?
More realistic.
Realistic?
Yes,
yeah. The only thing that really holds it back a little bit is some of the sound effects that they use at that time. They're always...
That's a great underrated
Little
movie,
cheesy.
you know?
I love Rolling Thunder.
Have you, what's the one I was going to think of as you know? Have you ever seen Cold in July?
No, but I've heard of it.
I feel like Cold in July, it just feels like almost like a more, like a semi-modern Rolling Thunder. It's not the same, but I feel like it has that same kind of vibe. I think you would love Cold in July.
I'll have to check it out
You
for
should
sure.
check that one out. I feel like it's something you would dig. Yeah, Rolling Thunder, I've only watched it one time.
One time?
Yeah, I really like it.
Oh, man.
Also another fun revenge movie. That
And they're in a brothel.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's nudity, there's naked chick. I just love the whole environment of it.
It's got a shout out to Wild Bunch because they're kind of like in that brothel area.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they got someone on the upstairs level, and there's just a lot going on, and it's a bunch of shotguns. I really like that one.
Maybe just forget one of my favorite shootouts that I think you would love if you've seen it. I didn't put it down on my list, and I'm going to be pissed off if it's on your list because I didn't put it on my guest list. I'll tell you at the end.
All right. Number 2, Django Unchained.
Oh, fuck.
God! Oh my God! Oh, motherfucker!
I know we talked about it so many times. The dude just keeps getting shot through his legs.
Oh, man.
As I've told you when it came out and several times since, when I saw that in the theaters, I was literally like,
It was so fun.
Coming in my pants.
And it's
while
one
I
of
was
the only
watching that.
period pieces where they throw a rap song in there that makes it better. Like, I don't give a fuck, play that shit loud.
Dude, and the squib effects are some of the best ever. They're just absurd. And everyone is just drenched in blood.
Sound effects,
man.
too. It's one of those ones where it just...
That's what I always said. The sound design of that scene, it's like World War II, like shells
Saving
going.
Private Ryan,
exactly like that. It's like...
And it's just like a big gore effect.
And you saw it in the theater, right?
Yeah.
So I saw it in the theater 3 times, and every time I
saw it twice.
I saw it 3 times, and I was just staring at the screen like,
Love that movie.
This is incredible. I was laughing. It's one of those things where it's so crazy that you laugh at it.
Tarantino...
Like Evil Dead, when we saw Evil Dead.
Makes his violence fun.
Yeah.
He makes it fun. And I know people are like, you shouldn't make violence fun and sit here am I praising Peckinpah for making violence real. But at the same time...
It's cinema.
It's a movie.
Yeah, like you should have a good time, and it's not real.
Sometimes you need a movie to be grounded. You should see violence sometimes for what it is, Other times you like to have fun. Right?
If I want to see violence for what it is, I watch August Underground.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch a
or
huge
Wild Bunch
shootout
or Night of the Living Dead or something just depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, Django is filled with a lot of good shootouts. The opening and other parts and stuff. But that one there at the end is just incredible. Well, I would honestly one of the best of all time. I mean, obviously it's my second on my list.
Yeah, I love that movie.
In my opinion, it's one of the best shootouts of all time, and I could rewatch that movie forever.
Yeah.
I've probably seen it about 10 times at least.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's very fun. I saw that movie in theaters with my dad, my brother.
Oh, how was that?
Loved it. I mean, loved it a lot. We saw *Inglourious Bastards* together too. We started a pattern where we were going to see all the Tarantino movies together. Me, my dad, and my brother. We saw *Inglourious Bastards*. We saw *Django Unchained*.
Hateful Eight.
He died before Hateful Eight, so
okay.
we never did. But then it was planned. It was planned. Great movie too. My
Did
dad
you
loved
ever
Hateful
see
Eight.
that in theaters?
Oh,
or?
yeah, I saw the Roadshow version.
So did I.
Yeah,
that was really good too.
And I loved it.
I
I suppose you were there.
I just think it's so funny. Channing Tatum pops up.
Well, this part's great too.
Yeah.
I love when he pops up. Channing Tatum was one of those actors that initially came on the scene, and me being like young at the time, like I don't want to watch this guy.
Step up.
Yeah. And then you start seeing him make fun of himself and just have fun and do good roles.
Do good movies, yeah.
I actually like this guy. This guy's fun.
He's
cool.
he played Pretty Boy Floyd in Public Enemies.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's good cast.
Yeah, and just he's barely in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was he's good.
Yeah. I should mention in Dillinger. Guess who plays Babyface Nelson?
Who?
Richard Dreyfuss, and he's young.
No way.
He's like a little rabid pit bull in it.
Oh my god. I'm definitely gonna have to watch that.
It's John Milius too. He
Who?
did Red Dawn and Conan the Barbarian.
Red Dawn.
And he did he wrote he helped. I think they always say he spiced up the dialogue in Jaws with the
Red Dawn.
Minneapolis.
Red Dawn might be my number 11 now that I think about it.
Right?
I fucking love Red Dawn.
Avenge Me.
Avenge
So weird.
me.
See, Harry Dean Stanton say that because she's so always so quiet and subtle. Harry Dean Stanton never gets over the top like that. So when you see her, you're like, weird.
It's that is a great one.
It's a good movie.
And it's for my number 1. Talked about it many times. Heat.
Second car!
Yeah, I don't know why you put that on your list.
Yeah,
I'm fucking with you. Come on, it's Heat.
The LA street shootout,
Using
obviously.
the real sounds on set that made it sound better.
Dude, it lasts about 10 minutes long.
Intense.
And I still haven't seen it in the theater, and I want to so bad. Can you imagine the theater? Oh, dude. I watched sometimes, probably about 15 times a year, I'll just watch that scene randomly, and I'll just put it on. It just, whatever shootouts do, they just do something to my brain when I'm like, ugh.
Me too. I love them. I do love old action movies a lot, and westerns and crime movies so much. That's why I always said, I was just talking recently about how action movies have suffered so bad in recent time.
They're too fast.
Well, they also just don't have the guts to kill characters. It just doesn't feel real. They don't use scripts. It's changed, and I'm just old. Get off my lawn. But I like that movie, that shootout too, because you have these two groups of characters, and they're just on a collision course, and when they do meet, it's hell, and people die. In the spoiler, Ted Levine bites it, and that scene's incredibly intense when he gets hit like that.
Yeah.
He goes on the ground, and Sizemore bites it right there. Dennis Haysbert,
Yeah.
Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo dies a little later, but I mean, slightly after. Yeah, but he died probably around that time. But I mean, Dennis Haysbert, when he dies, that whole scene, they spend so much time with him, as he's the fry cook, and you feel bad for him, you like him, and he quits the fucking job we all want
He's
to do.
like, fuck it. Yeah.
And then he goes there and he just dies.
He's the Allstate guy, if you guys don't
Dennis
know.
Haysbert's also in another movie with some good shootouts called Navy SEAls.
Love that movie.
Yeah, I figured
watched
you'd
it
like
as a
that one.
kid.
Navy SEAL's a good movie.
Suture.
Suture's a great movie.
Yeah.
Good kind of film noir-esque, I'd say, probably almost that. So yeah, your list's pretty good. Pretty good list.
Well, another thing I want to say about Heat is that right as De Niro and Kilmer are going into the parking lot, random people get shot by De Niro. Which, he
never tries to do that.
He doesn't try, but he does, dude, and I love that.
You're taking a page out of Wayne Grove's book right there.
Yeah, which is Kevin Gage from Chaos.
Kevin Gage is a good character actor. I love him in Con Air. He's always got. I know the Con Air's got a bunch of good people. He's like, yeah, he's a regular. I'm a regular hound dog. Like, what a piece of white trash in that movie.
I like Con Air.
I love Con
my
Air.
dad loved it. Showed it to me.
It's a cheesy, fun action
yeah.
movie. One of the best, like that have fun, great cast deal, over the top bad guys.
Good effects.
One movie I should have put on the list: Extreme Prejudice. You've ever seen it? Getting a Blu-ray release. Buy it. It's only like $12.
Is that with Hugh Grant?
No, that's Extreme Measures with Hugh Grant and Gene Hackman.
I don't think I've seen Extreme Prejudice.
Extreme Prejudice is Nick Nolte. He's a Texas sheriff, and
Okay.
Powers Booth was his best friend growing up. Now he's in Mexico, and he's a big drug cartel guy. And
I love Powers Booth.
This military group comes in, and they want to take out Powers Booth, and it's led by Michael Ironside. It also has Clancy Brown,
love Michael
William
Ironside.
Forsythe in that group. It's also got Matt Mulhern from Biloxi Blues. He plays Wachowski. It's got Lamar Latrell from Revenge of the Nerds as one of the guys. But it's an amazing cast. Tom Lister's in it. It's an amazing shootout. Just pre-order that Blu-ray. It's like $13.
Is that on your list?
No, but it's one that I forgot that I wanted to mention. But here we go on the list. Number 10, Inglourious Bastards.
Now, about this pickle we find ourselves in. It would appear there's only one thing left for you to do.
And what would that be?
Stiglitz.
Sehr auf Wiedersehen to your Nazi boss.
Shootout in the pub.
Listen, absolutely love it. When I watched it, listen, the dialogue was going on for so long that I was kind of like,
I was hyper-focused.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm saying.
I was
like,
in, like,
yeah, I was listening to the dialogue, but when the shooting happened, I almost like jumped because it happened so fast.
the one thing about that movie is you spend so much time to get so personal with all those characters that you think they're the main characters, and then when almost all of them die right there, you're like, I think all of them die in there. I was just like,
Except the chick.
I was like, did they just kill Hugo Stiglitz?
Yeah.
I was really upset. Like, but he has the great line with something about the Nazi.
Say
balls.
a Wiedersehen to your Nazi balls.
That's like
And he shoots him right in the nuts.
Obviously, his name based off the actor that us horror fans would know from
Yeah.
Regular City and Cyclone. And
Now, the thing is, I thought
Cemetery
about
of Terror.
Inglourious Bastards heavily when I made my list, but that shootout is so great, but it's so short. And then there's the quick one with Sam Levine where they shoot the windshield of the car, and then there's the ending, which is good. Which, the ending is really good. They're shooting all the people in the crowd, they destroy Hitler's face, and then the smoke and stuff, but I just, I felt like it wasn't long enough, really.
Okay.
But I love it, though. I do love it.
Number 9, I put RoboCop because the shooting outs are so violent
Also,
and gory.
yep.
And,
I thought about RoboCop for sure.
but they're kind of one-sided shootouts. Usually just somebody getting shot by somebody else. There's not
Yeah.
really necessarily shootouts, but I mean, Ed 209 eviscerates Kenny, which isn't a shootout,
Yeah.
although he is holding a gun. I suggest you do what he says, Mr. Kenny. Okay, so great
Love
movie.
RoboCop.
Who doesn't love RoboCop?
How could you not?
Unsubscribe if you don't like RoboCop. 8, Heat. I got Heat.
Okay.
How could you not have Heat on the list?
Okay, listen. I said I think Dave will guess my number 1, which is Heat. Not that you would guess it as number 1, but I knew.
When I write these, it first comes to mind. I knew it was going to be on the list.
I knew you would have Heat.
Okay, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to.
How could you not?
7. Total Recall. The shootout when he's running and they're shooting at him and all those innocent people get shot. He uses the innocent guy as the human shield, Arnold.
Yeah.
And he has the big escalator shootout. I think that's one of the
I
best shootouts.
I love Total Recall, but I don't know. It didn't really come to mind when I made the list.
I just wrote it. I
honestly.
don't know. This is the first thing. Those two Arnold movies, like a lot of the Arnold movies, are embedded in my.
That's why you asked about sci-fi.
Yeah, so, hey Cage, screw you. Benny. 6. One that I didn't think you'd have on the list, but it's a really good shootout. A lot of slow motion at the very end of the film. State of Grace.
with Sean Penn,
Sean Penn, Gary Oldman, and
Juliette Lewis.
I don't remember if she's in that.
who-
There's a third actor in the film, Ed Harris. Ed Harris is in the movie as
So
well.
I had that on a cheap ass DVD when I was a kid, and I have watched it, but I don't really remember it that well.
The shootout takes place during what is that the Irish? What's the Irish parade? I can't think of it. That's St. Patrick's Day parade. So it's like this big
Okay.
parade, and Sean Penn is a cop, and he goes in the mobster's bar at the end. And he has a shootout with like 4 or 5 guys. It's all in slow motion. It's insane.
Oh,
I
you
think
just
you'll
made
love
me
it.
think of one that I loved as a kid. I'll say it afterwards.
Go ahead.
Last Man Standing.
Oh yeah, with the that's
Patrick
another-
Kilpatrick on the street, and then
Yeah,
the
that's Walter
one
Hill.
dude, and the
Bruce Willis.
at the very end when I forget his line that he says, I rewound that so much, and he's just like, oh man, so good, so good.
Classic Bruce Willis.
I acted in a movie with Patrick Kilpatrick,
Yeah.
The Zombinator.
Yeah, I've always loved Patrick Kilpatrick. He's always got like the right amount of cheesiness. As
Yeah.
he's one of the best goons.
He was very nice when I
He
acted.
seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Like everything. I mean, because he's not like a hugest star, but he's worked with all the hugest stars.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been killed by Bruce Willis. He's been killed by Van Damme, and he's been killed by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And the Toxic Avenger.
And the Toxic Avenger, of course, the 4th greatest action hero of all time. I mean, he wasn't killed by Stallone. But so number 5, which is considered probably one of the greatest action movies ever. The whole movie is one big shootout. Hard Boiled.
Yes, and I do like Hard Boiled, but like I might catch a lot of flack for this. I'm not a huge Asian cinema fan in general. But
What you say?
I do appreciate Hard Boiled and the Killer.
Killer.
Yeah,
He
you know.
goes down. I don't know if you know those.
I
guys.
felt like those ones were
He
too.
goes down the stairs with 2 pistols in his hand, sliding down the guardrail.
I know. I mean, trust me, I've seen
You
it.
know where that doesn't happen in? That does not happen in Heat. Just watch it. It does not happen in Heat. Okay, number 4, True Romance.
Yes.
Of course I got it. Motherfucker, who are these guys?
And I said he will put True Romance higher than me, and I knew that you would because you love that more than me. I already knew it.
It's one of my favorite.
I had it as number 9.
Number 3, we have Reservoir Dogs.
That is another great one that I thought about while making this list.
Yeah, but there's no one exceptional shootout. There's like a plenty of shootouts in the movie that are great.
Yeah.
Buscemi running, when Bob Harvey Keitel is a shootout. But does a shootout imply that 2 people have to be shooting back at each other to qualify? Because a lot of those shootings are just executions.
Okay, so on my list,
I think people are
everybody is shooting back at
so
each other.
There's Reservoir Dogs. I mean, they are shooting at Buscemi.
Well, the ending with, the classic, stop pointing that gun at my dad.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
That's
shootout,
standoff, yeah.
technically. So
Number 2, Face Off.
I do love that movie.
A lot of people love the shootout in Face Off. I don't remember it as much, but it's one that people always bring up that they love.
With, somewhere over the... that is a very good scene.
The version not sung by Vincent Price. And
I
not sung
forgot-
by
I-
Price
you know,
again.
I forgot about Face Off when I was making my list. I watched that movie a lot as a kid. I mean, most of these are ones I watched when I was a kid. The newest one is what? Django? Yeah.
And guess what my number 1 is?
Django. You didn't guess Django?
I don't know why. We've had many conversations about Django, but like I told you, I'm getting old.
And well, because you only have 2 minutes to think.
Wild Bunch.
Okay, yeah.
So I got Wild Bunch, True Romance, and Heat. 3 out of 10. I didn't do too bad.
I said he will definitely guess the Wild Bunch. I already,
So which ones? What'd you put?
I said I think Dave will guess my number 1 and 2 will be Heat and Django, which
Should
you
have got
got
Django.
Heat, but
Django's a.
yeah. I said he will put True Romance higher than me. He will definitely guess the Wild Bunch. I don't think he will guess 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
No one's gonna guess 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Dude, I didn't know that people didn't like it, and I love it, and I don't feel ashamed about it at all.
Yeah, it's with me, Hudson Hawk. Everybody's like, Hudson Hawk's the worst movie ever. It's like,
Never
I grew up
saw it.
watching it, and I've always liked it. Didn't know it was supposed to be bad. Don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't know that 3,000 Miles to Graceland was considered bad. It's a good action movie.
I mean, it's fun. I don't dislike it. So, here we go. It's your tournament. And for you, I did something a little different.
Okay.
I didn't pick any certain subject. What I did was I picked random violent characters from films that I think some are vigilantes, some are just crazy, some are put in circumstances where they have to defend themselves. And this could have been a lot of different characters. And
Sounds fun.
I didn't want to put any female vigilantes in there because I feel like that would be a great tournament on its own.
Okay.
So you have to pick who's going to win. You know how it moves on. They move on until we come down to the final 2.
Yep.
So we'll do the first here. And I hope you've seen this one. This is the only one I'm not sure if you've seen. Dae-Soo Oi from Oldboy. The main guy from Oldboy.
I have seen Oldboy. Yeah.
The guy who goes down the hallway with the hammer.
Yeah.
Versus Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver.
I mean...
This is a fight, man.
I have to... Wait, do I have to think realistically?
You
or
can pick whoever you want to win and how they win.
Okay, obviously I'm going to pick Travis Bickle. Because maybe he's not as fast as the other dude, but he can probably withstand more damage, I would say.
He's got more of a death wish, I think.
Yeah, he doesn't care. I
don't think either of them care. But the other guy is out for revenge, so he wants to complete his revenge, right?
What, Oldboy?
Yeah, he's definitely out for revenge.
And Travis Bickle is kind of out to find anything that makes him feel anything. So
I mean, he's doing it for a reason too. But you know what? Is he really? We don't really. He's a strange fella.
So I'm going to pick Travis Bickle.
He gets him. All right.
Suck on this.
And he uses guns. Old boy doesn't use guns typically. It's okay. This one's funny. What's he going against? Ooh, this is a strange one. Detective Jack Scagnetti from Natural Born Killers.
Oh.
Or what? You wound me? I can blow you in half, Scagnetti, and you know it. I never wounded anything in my life!
I never wounded anything in my life! Versus Alex from A Clockwork Orange.
One thing I could never stand was to see a filthy, dirty old drunkie howling away at the filthy songs of his fathers and going blurp blurp in between, as it might be a filthy old orchestra in his stinking rotten guts.
Oh. Natural Born Killers is my favorite movie of all time, and A Clockwork Orange is my second favorite. Now, here's the thing. So, God, I love both those movies, but Alex is a teenage boy who I don't think has ever fired a gun because he lives in Europe. Jack Scagnetti is like a 30 to 40-year-old cop who has probably killed many people and strangled a hooker for no reason.
Sex worker, Cage.
Oh, sorry. Sex worker, yep. I do support sex workers.
I mean, yeah. We're old. Sometimes we make mistakes.
I'll pick Jack Scagnetti, even though I love Alex from A Clockwork Orange. Damn.
Okay.
These are good characters.
Oh, I'm missing one. Did I pull one out? Yes, I did.
I saw that on the floor, but I thought that was from...
It was before.
Oh.
Man, did I forget one? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did. Oh, no, here it is. No, I just picked up the same damn one. Okay, well, I remembered the one off the top of my head. Hopefully I didn't forget the other one. I remember the one that I did pull out, so okay. So now we have Tommy DeVito from Goodfellas.
Get the dog!
Shoot him in his big fucking mouth! Shoot him!
Fucking mud into my shoes.
What crew's gonna be looking for him? This is fucking bad. What are we gonna do with him? We can't just dump him on the street.
Don't worry. I know a place up safe. They'll never find him. Come on, let's get some more dead before.
I don't want to get blood on your floor.
Okay. Versus Benny from Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, who kills about 17 people in that movie under stretched circumstances. So.
I think I would go with Benny.
Yeah.
Because
he's a good shot.
Yeah, he's very intense in that movie, and I feel like, you know, the Goodfellas dude is kind of a fuck up.
This man will become an animal.
Did Joe Pesci?
Yeah, and you know, he gets fucking shot in the back of his head.
Oh no. But Benny, you can't lose all the time, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing right there. This guy's a loser.
And you showed me that movie, and I really did like it. I watched it with my dad.
I figured you would like it. I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, it's very good.
If you don't like that movie, unsubscribe from my channel. I'm just kidding.
You lose like
I don't have
100
any subscribers anyways. Okay, so the last one, I feel like I thought I had 9, so I took one out, but I must have only had 8. So, Al Capone from The Untouchables, played by Robert De Niro, who beats a guy to death with a baseball bat. Verse. Fuck your noise. Goose from Deadbeat at Dawn.
It's Goose.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Goose. Deadbeat at Dawn's one of my favorite movies of all time.
And Jim Van Bever in that movie is intense.
It's just insane.
So, okay, now we have Travis Bickle versus Detective Jack Scagnetti.
Ugh. Oh, like I have to do it right now?
Yeah, you gotta go. No, these two are going against each other. They got a final. There's only going to be one violent man. There can only be one.
There will be only one. Travis Bickle. I think Jack Scagnetti's more prone to make mistakes because he lets his head get in the way more.
Benny from Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia versus Goose from Deadbeat at Dawn.
I think Goose is more intense and would just go crazier on Benny.
And then the final. Travis Bickle from Taxi Driver versus Goose from Deadbeat at Dawn. That person fucking... That laugh is insane.
It's fun. Fuck. You know, I mean, if I love them both for different reasons, but pretty equally. But I think Goose would probably fuck up Travis Bickle.
Yeah.
I think it would be a good fight, but I mean, Goose is just... He's, you know, his skills are just, you know...
What if I would have picked Max Cady from Cape Fear 1991? De Niro.
See, that guy's more of a psychopath than the other two. Probably would go...
Max Cady?
No, I'd probably still pick...
Goose has some martial arts training. Though,
yeah, and he uses guns, too. Like, there's a lot, you know, going on.
So Goose is the leader. He wins.
Wow.
Satan approves. There we go. You like
Say
that?
you love Satan.
Say you love Satan. Did you like the tournament?
Yeah, no, those were all fucking good, man.
Yeah, I figured they're all characters.
I wondered too what you were gonna pick for me.
Do you like all those characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Untouchables is not like I don't love the Untouchables.
I had somebody else. I think it should have been the guy from Rolling Thunder. I should have went with him. But
I love that guy too.
Yeah. But the thing is, I think I had another one. But I don't remember if he got knocked off the list. But because I had like him, and I was like, I thought I had 9, and I couldn't decide. Then I threw Al Capone out at the last second. I'll do the other person. I can't remember who exactly was the other one. I think there might have been only 8. So what do you got going on?
Honestly, not much currently. I'm not working on much. But, you know, I'm kind of just waiting to see what Fred's going to do, and I'll hop on that, or whoever. I'm going to I am going to work on Ryan's movie.
Ryan Loxton.
But I just found out about it, so it's not like I've had things that...
I feel like I should play Time by Pink Floyd right now.
Why?
It's a song about wasting your time. Like, it's just sitting around on a piece of ground in your hometown.
I feel like you should have asked me before we filmed if I had anything going on, so I don't look like a jackass while I'm sitting here. I just started a new job.
Anything going on? You're like, nah, man, I ain't got nothing going on.
Not really, man. Just filming your video.
What's the line in the final interview? And he's like, no, I got nothing going on.
Just this thing later tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So yeah, anyways, I really appreciate you doing it. Hope you had fun.
I love you.
I love you too. Your list was terrible though.
No, it was not. That was a good list. That's a good list.
It's a good list. It's a good list. Who are you trying to convince? I'm just kidding. My list is better. I mean, I have Total Recall on Best Shootouts. That's such a terrible... I only know 6 movies.
What do you think about The Matrix on my list, though?
I mean, people love the shootout. Matrix isn't one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, I wondered if you even liked that movie that much.
I mean, it's obviously a classic. I think 2 and 3 are kind of turd burgers, but that's that.
Yeah, I'm not. Did you watch the new one?
I don't ever have interest in sequels made like 20 years later. I just don't know why.
Yeah.
Like everyone would have to be like, it's the best movie I've ever seen. Like that new Blade Runner, I hear is great. I should have watched that, and I didn't.
We could talk about 2 things real quick if you want that are unrelated. I saw the Batman in theaters. Loved it. And X from Ty West. Really good.
Yeah, it looked fun. Looked fun.
You didn't see it?
Nah.
You would watch it, though, you think?
Yeah, for sure I'd watch X. I don't know.
Good.
I'm sure Batman's good. I'm just all superheroed out.
I don't watch that many, so I
haven't watched that many either. I used to. I watched a handful. Like, I'll watch them here and there. They just don't interest me as much, you know? I like some of them, and I'll always have a good time. Like,
dude, let me tell you this.
They're just popcorn movies to me, but Batman doesn't look like
it's like a horror movie, dude.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, the way the Riddler is in it, dude.
Any ghoulies in it? Because if we don't... I'm really not interested in a Batman movie without ghoulies.
Colin Farrell as the Penguin, he's kind of,
he's kind of a ghoulie.
Dude, but no, the Batman, I just kept thinking the whole time, what if they took the same budget that they made for the Batman and made a horror film, a serial killer horror film like that, dude? Because the Riddler, that was fucking
it's called
sweet,
Seven.
dude. No.
7 didn't cost
nothing,
much either.
and it's nothing like that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Somebody
I've seen
like
7.
Are you sure you've seen 7?
Yeah.
What about Zodiac? You seen that one?
Yeah, I have. Anyways, I liked him. I didn't know if you had seen him or not.
No, I'll watch X for sure, though. X looks like fun.
Really good violence, good sex.
That's
good,
all that matters.
Good music, too.
Sex and violence.
The music's good.
I'm just kidding. But yeah. I mean, Ty West hit and miss for me.
Yeah, I don't love him, but it was good.
Yeah, so I'll check it out.
And I felt a little bad. I was me and the girl I was with were the only ones in the theater. So I don't think it's gonna. It was on a Friday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, man. I barely go to the movies. I live 2 feet away from a movie theater. I could like throw a rock and hit the movie theater. And I'm like, I better not go outside today.
Dude, if I lived next to a movie theater, I'd go all the fucking time.
I live next to everything, Cage.
I don't.
I live on a main road.
30-minute drive for me.
Disgusting. You need to get like a real house, like somewhere we're just not going to go. All right, we gotta stop. We're done. Thanks for doing it, man.
Bye.
Daniel Kopic, born December 7th, 1989, B Company, I-32 Infantry Division, 1 tour. Daniel, do you feel as if you are fit to re-enter civilian life?
There's just so much going on in my head right now.
What about the war?